So Lester has told me there's some boards out here next to the container. Of course, in the tall grass, in the very snaky tall grass. Yay me! You might think it's a Thursday, but it isn't. It's a regular old Sunday. So come on this adventure with me. Let's do it. Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Happy pre-hurricane Sunday. If I look a little flustered, I am. I'd be lying if I said I'm cool as a cucumber and we're ready, and I don't think that anyone's ever ready. Like, at one point in time, you just have to give in and say, I've done all I can. However, my name's Jamie Walker, and I was born with the how hard can it be gene, and I don't know when to stop or quit, and doing actually relieves my stress. So we're headed to the JL to do one more thing before this storm comes in. And when I tell you that it's coming, it's coming. So we are doing a little last minute Lucy thing right now. But will you come with me, please? Lester went to Plum Grove to go do final preparations there and just make sure everything was good. Longhorn Lester's is great. We are about to experience the very first band, which is like a 2-hour rain shower. Nonetheless, I'm wanting to do a project over at the JL to prevent some erosion and runoff. And I know what you're saying, like, Jamie, you don't have erosion problems at JL. I'm going to show you when we get there, but we are trying to beat some weather, so I'm going to put this phone down and we'll talk more about it when we get there. I promise. Well, I'm here. I'm waiting to cross. Traffic is a bit crazy. Really weird for a Sunday, but I anticipate that a lot of folks are probably traveling, still coming back from the 4th of July holiday week. So, I don't see the horses. I'm guessing that they're underneath their barn, but I don't know. They could be out in the shade. I genuinely don't see a single one of them, which makes me crazy nervous to think about. Really. Where are the horses? All right, all of the horses were down in the shade, which was really sweet to see. I had a panic moment because I thought Dinky Daryl was in there with them, but he was not. He was on his side of the fence, which was great news. I put some hay out, and my first priority is to get the water going to refill waters. Hey, Daryl. And then I'm gonna go grab the boards, and I am trying super hard to beat a rainstorm that is said to last an hour now. It's a pretty good looking little storm. But I want to fill up all the waters with clean fresh water first, kick out their bowls so I can turn them over. And my project is, you can see that this is a slope, right? And if enough rain comes in here, what it will do is it'll erode the insides of the barn, and it'll be a wet place for their feet. I have no control over what blows in as it's raining, but I do have control over what flows in. So my hopes here are to have enough boards to go either straight across or come out at an angle just enough to deter the water to go on both sides of the barn instead of straight through it. If I'm talking fast, it's because I'm in a smidge of a race. As this rolls in, oh, he's coming. He is definitely coming. So Lester has told me there's some boards out here next to the container. Of course, in the tall grass, in the very snaky tall grass. Yay me! You might think it's a Thursday, but it isn't. It's a regular old Sunday. So come come on this adventure with me. Let's do it. I would love, love, love to not have to battle. Thank you, Dinky. Yeah. I would love to not have to battle anything else for these boards, but I don't even see them. He said on the RV side of the container. See a bunch of pigweed and thistle. I think he's lost his mind. On the RV side of the container. Don't tell me those are it. I got some real bad news, Lester. Tomorrow. There might be 3 boards here. Okay, 16 times 3 is 48, right? Should be enough. I got a 40-foot gap. There's gonna be snakes underneath those. No wonder he wanted me to do them before he got here. I don't like snakes. Okay. Man up, Jamie. Man up. There's no screws. And I don't know how they're stuck together. But they're stuck together. And I have to get them apart. They came apart. We're getting there. Things just got not funny. I asked Lester before we left, before we both left, because he left to go to the sanctuary and I came to come here. And I said, do I have screws and a screw gun and a shovel at JL? And he said, yes, everything that you need is right there. There are 2 screws. In this whole place, 2 screws. 9 million staples, but 2 screws. I gotta dig in the side by side and see if by chance there's any. And here comes the rain. Crap. This is good news. All the cows are making their way up. I want them to be on this side of the creek for all the rains we're expecting. And I will do a formal head count here shortly. I know what you're saying, Jamie. Why are you taking the time to fill up the water? I'm a little nervous of the power going out and not being able to fill their water, so I will sacrifice being out here in the rain and get that at least done. We'll have a break in about 45 minutes and then I'll come back to this project. There's Gracie. That's someone that I was highly worried about. Yeah. Free to get in there. You don't need to be out in this rain right now. Thank you, ma'am. It's a windy rain, that's for sure. That's the north, and that is the south. Okay, so this doesn't look like much, but this is actually a water break to prevent even more water from going in here. It rained about an hour. We got a good 2 inches in that first dose, and I am not so sure that any of that is going to dry out. That is from wind blowing and rain. So even if I'm trying to stop things from flowing in, it's going to blow in, and it's going to be a rough 24 hours, to be honest with you. The power did go out. It did come back on in about 3 hours. So I have one job left to do, and that is to refill the 2 large water troughs inside of here. The the pasture is already soaked, and unfortunately there'll be no sunshine in between to truly dry this out. So hoof care is going to be important over the next 24 hours as well, but there's not much that I'm going to be able to do to keep their feet dry. I have 10 stall mats. I know you can't see very well, but some of that where it's shiny is actually stall mats inside their barn, and that will provide them a place up off or out of the muck to stand. I wish it was covered in that, but it's not. So we'll do the best that we can. Fortunately, in between breaks of rain, they're coming out to graze and play and roll and do what horses do. And I have to give them credit, right? They are still animals. They still have instincts, and they still know that they have a tree line down there that is a good shelter. They also have little Gary's little shelter in there, and of course they have the big barn. And we're just gonna do our best. I have hopes and dreams of a really big barn one day, and I'm hopeful that it will be enclosed, and if I can really dream and somehow become extremely wealthy, I'll give them heat and AC as well. But for now, they get to be horses, and they get to be a little dirty, and they get to get a little wet, but I think that they're okay, and they know that they're safe, and I'll be checking in on them and spending time even out in it with them as much as I can. Lester and I will divide and conquer, and we will get through Beryl, whatever. We'll get through this storm. Thanks for watching. Say a prayer for Texas. They're gonna need it.